Good morning, good morning, good morning. Good morning, everybody. Good morning, Abe. Good morning, Mark. Good morning, YouTube. Good morning. Let's get the show on the road. What we got going on here on a Friday, Big Money Friday. Let's get it. We got a market that is in sync on the short side right now, till proven otherwise. If we look at the 200 NT wrinkle, we see the market that went out and took out the stops right above yesterday's high, and that stop is 943, and it pulled back. So with that type of behavior, we expect a pullback into the 826 and potentially lower, depending on how we handle the opening range today. The stop for that idea is the 961, which is the close of the two candles back. So as long as we continue to hold on to harmony zone number one and two, harmony zone number one resistance is 907 by 17, and zone two is 32 by 42. Those are the two areas where the market needs to come in short with heavy selling pressure at the open and contain these two zones in order for prices to kind of continue to go lower. We have a target of 857 and then a target of 831. Then we have targets lower. Globex is way low from where we at right now. It's 582. So that is a target if some bad news comes into the market here and affect it. But that's a big ask for the market right now. But we say that, but then look at what happened here. At the open or shortly after that, the market traced all the way back down to Globex and consolidated. So we're going to keep an eye on that idea just in case we structure ourselves in that way. And let's take a look here. We have a captain set up short right here after a push. So we want to be conscious of them failing it and trading above 95. That will push the market a little bit higher as a counter. We do have an actual range, which is right here. So that is a key range, and it's between 94 and 927. That range is telling us the following. If we continue to hold on to that level, we're going to see the 850 and lower price structures. We got 1 minute to the cash market open. And if we start breaking anything under the 862, we need 862. That will be a bit of a selling pressure coming in. 862 and then 857, which is the close of this rotation. All right, cash market open. All right, let's be patient, wait for our spots, and go from there. Where's everybody this morning? All right, we're getting a little bit of a push higher. We are testing harmony zone number one. We're coming into this zone that we just talked about. I guess so. I guess so, Abe. We're going to be here. We're going to be trading. That's the bottom line. Testing harmony zone number one. That's a bit of a counter to the behavior that we saw. So that captain setup short that we saw, that was a bit of a trap with the switch trade. So we're digging into this zone right now. And, for the shorts, they need to kind of really hold on to that 929, and they're busting right through it here. So that's a bit of a resistance area here. Making a high and a lower high can be significant here. That's a high and a lower high. That's interesting right here. And they're busting right through it. We're going to be looking for the opening range, and the opening range is being developed right now. We have an opening range already, but we're looking at the ORB style of trade, which most traders are just going to come in and mark the first 15 minutes of the trading day and then start trading that. And typically, you see a lot of people failing once they start trading that range. So we want to see how that range will fail. So right now it's getting developed. We're still early, with 3 minutes into the cash market open. So we'll see how when that opening range is going to end. Okay, so that's a little bit strong right here. I mean, we look like we're about to flip the switch here. Yep. All right. I mean, that is literally, they flipped it right here, which is fine. Let them do that. The market is trapping the shorts. Let's see if they trap the longs. We're extended, but that doesn't mean a damn thing in this market. We could even go higher. We are at above yesterday's high and showing strength. Put us in a position where pullbacks are buyable. I'm going to spend some time, especially on a Friday morning, reading the market and understanding what the market is doing here. We're at the top end of the opening range at 76. Target number 5 is coming up. Long and strong. Good morning, Sheila. Good morning, Adam. How are you, buddy? So top of the hour, we have preliminary consumer sentiment. So just kind of watch out for that. Here we go, pull back. All right, so we got retest of harmony zone number 1. And a rejection against the opening range, a bit of rejection right here, and against the whole number. So we need to be conscious of the market going back down to 925 and lower to 900 to retest. We're establishing the opening range, the ORB top of range right so far. So I mean, we still have about 7 minutes left. Typically, if we get a rejection here, the typical price action will go to the mid range to retest, and if it tests well, they'll go down to the bottom end of the range. So that's a massive move if the market actually does that. But we'll watch out. I mean, it's early. We're reading into the market right now. Right now, the market structure is long. Pullbacks are viable on a swing trade basis. We'll reevaluate if we start breaking anything under that 935, 930, but then you have a support level at harmony zone number 2. Okay. It's interesting here around that 50. 50 is a significant level, 52 actually. If we break 52, we're going to see selling pressure coming in. Here we go. There's some sellers coming in, challenging. They took out the stops and came back. A lower high is building. We got 4 minutes. The structure of the market is out of sync, meaning it's a two-sided market right now. And in order for us to get back into the graces of the longs, we need 984 to really reestablish itself. And it's going to start with a brick above 70. So that's what the longs need to do. And the shorts need to trade under 50 in order for them to pick up some steam here in about 4 minutes. See, there's a lot of overlapping price action. That tells us that the market is really trying to consolidate, build some stops, run the stops, and see how far they're gonna go with it. Here we go. They're tagging the 70s. All right. Well, that's the direction they want to take. Okay. Well, good for them. They held on to that 50, 52, which was critical, really. Target is 29,007. This is a big wide range. This is a big wide range when it comes to the opening range along with the ORB first 15 minutes. So you're getting a market that is pushing and pushing and pushing against a whole number and pushing against the expansion of the opening range. The opening range is 975 all the way down to 862. Then we have the ORB traders coming in to establish a range and a breakout or a breakdown against that range. We got 1 minute. Target is hit. All right. So look what they've done here. That's the opening range. And they just literally took it and start running with it. About 40 points from the opening range. That's very quick. 30, 40 points, yeah. I'm looking to trade against the ORB traders, Adam. I'm looking at all these structures where retail traders are trading and looking to fade against them if there's a fade opportunity. So that's just one behavior. Well, those traders, if they just literally took the breakout, they got rewarded on their action. I mean, I think the market is just trying to factor in a resolution to conflict. I mean, you're not seeing signs of it, but conflict is still out there. Well, okay, so the news cycle saying U.S. say expecting peace proposal response from Tehran today. Okay, well, it's not like this is breaking news. I mean, they say it's breaking news, but it's been out there for some time, and the market responding to it. Nobody wants to be short in the weekend while the news hits. They're probably gonna sell on the news anyway. But ahead of it, they're buying this market. Markets in sync on the long side. Pullbacks are viable on a swing trade basis. We have a target of 82. We have Harmony Zone number 1, 32 by 22, and 07 by 97. Both are support. Shit, I thought I was. Did you guys hear me talk about this? I mean, I thought I had my mic on. But we had a short based on that double top, added to that trade at 62, covered for 10 points, plus cover for plus 6 points. So we made 16 points off that short, off that double top that they put on. That's a micro resistance that they had up there within that trend. Obviously, the market is long and strong. Yeah, sorry about that, Joseph. I thought I was talking while that trade was going on. Okay, so this is resistance right here. The way what they've done is ran the stop and came back in. There's overlapping price structures. Wow. So the really truly the only big setups are showing up obviously are the longs, but we need to be very conscious of that and not try to fade this market till we have a structure that supports it. And one thing that needs to happen in order for the shorts to kind of come in is rejection of the 80s to the 60s, then the market breaking the 15 to the 25. When that happens, then you're getting a structure that supports short behavior. All right, all right. Stepped away for just a minute, and I'm looking at a market that is just on fire. Structure of the market is long. Pullbacks are viable on a swing trade basis. We don't have any structures that tells us, hey, let's go short. Not yet, at least. I know, I know. Adam, that's something else, right? But hey, what goes up must come down. What comes down must go back up. As to the volatility, and that is good by our book. So you break the if you reject the 120 like we're doing right now with this captain setup, and you break the 100, then that is a structure that could support short on a micro basis, meaning it's going to be a scalp type of a trade only. Then yeah, if we get down to 83, then that is captain set up short on the 100 NT Rinko, and that will support a short market as well. So first line is the 100, which you should expect them to defend. The next line is the 83, and then a run back up that fails with a lower high, and that will lead to a push lower further. So these are the areas where we need to kind of pay attention to. And there's a lot of distribution going on here. And you're seeing a market that's making a lower high. Let's talk a little bit about ES. So look at this captain setup. Wow. On ES yesterday. And into another captain setup toward the close. And now we're running the stops against it. And we'll see. I mean, that's a target number 3. That's a bullish behavior. I mean, it's no surprise here. If we break anything under 96 half, that would be significant. Good job, Joseph. What are you doing right? You got to ask yourself that question. What am I doing right? Because you want to duplicate that over and over and over. Here comes that 100 we talked about. That's a break. So there's a bit of a stair step lower behavior here. We're losing the 100 and trading around it. There's going to be a lot of noise around here, but ultimately the strength of the upward movement has faded. So the market is shifting and transitioning and consolidating in a way that will suck in a lot of traders in the middle. Then it will take them out on either side, either long or short. So we need to be conscious of a couple of levels of the 100, and we're starting to break that. The 83 will produce a captain setup on the short on the 100. So whoever has been long and holding and pushing for higher prices, that idea is taking a pause. Where do we see that clearer? On the 70 NT wrinkle with a high and a lower high and a reversal. So the 83 will come in at that low, and the challenge here will get us in this cluster between 40 and 60. I'm not going to get ahead of it. I want to see an 83, and if they do that, then I'll start looking at a potential fade short. But typically, as you go to harmony zone number one, that's the first touch bases. That's a market that's most likely going to bounce back up a little bit. Then the quality of the bounce will lead us to saying, hey, listen, it's good for a short or it's not good for a short. Right now, the market is. There's a lot of traders that missed that big move, and they're looking for these pullbacks to kind of jump in. So you have to work through those traders first. I mean, they're loving the hundreds. They're playing the game around the hundreds. I get it. It's a whole number, and they're gonna build up a lot of stops around it. The average noise in this market is 7 to 10 points, which is really small because we're trending, and the average stop is 16 to 20 points. Here we go. We're about to get a captain set up short on the 100 NT Rinko. Let's take a look at the health of ES. ES is just slightly pulled back, nothing significant. ES is continuing to be a strong instrument. Here comes the idea that we had here. Captain set up short on the 100 NT Rinko. That is a massive, massive signal. Look where it happened before on a minor basis, right? You know, so that's a captain set up short. What did the market do? Boom, sold off. Captain set up long, rallied up, came retested and shot back up. Captain set up short, failed. That one failed. You know, so let's see here. What else? What else? What else? Captain set up long with the switch trade, massive, massive move. Captain set up short right here with a retest and boom, market sells off. So we're getting right here into a similar pattern that's worth us exploring on the short side, but we have to, pick the right spot to get in. And here we go. I mean, the Harmony Zone number one support retest. So that's what we want to see. We want to see them, what do they do here? Do they rally back up above 110? Because that negates a lot of things. If we come in here and fail against the 100, or even we break 105 and come back in, market out of transition. Reclaim 94. Entry, stop. Entry 98. Yeah. See, that's not what you want to see, right? Let them work through those ranges. I mean, that's the bottom line. The structure of the market right now needs a lot of help on the short side. It's not there in a meaningful way because this rally needed to kind of make a lower high. They made a lower high right here, but that you need to see more than just one candle. Okay, so like this is the uncle point for a lot of the shorts to really need to pull back the market, or otherwise this thing is going to go and roll over this captain setup. Yeah, I mean, you're seeing that, Adam. You're seeing the captain setup short on the 100 NT Rinko, right? I mean, that is just based on how that structure works. You should be on the defensive on the longs at least defensive. And that's where my state of mind right now is. '82. They need to get to '82. Yeah, that's a good idea, Joseph. The more accounts you have, you seem to you start working with them with a little bit more focus, because you're not gonna get all emotional about one stop in one account. You have multiple accounts to work through. Question is what to do here. I mean, the structure is still long, and the market needs to prove itself on the short side, even with this captain set up short on the 100, which is a big deal on most days. But we're not gonna get ahead of that. I'm not gonna. So we had one trade, it was a short trade. Early on, we made 300, 16 points, actually 320, 340. So let's see. I mean, patience is a trade. The momentum on the upside is taking a break. The longs are still present. You break 89. You break 89, then that will set us up for another rotation lower. We'll start looking at the shorts a little bit closer at 89. Okay, so they put that on. Good for them. All right, let's see. Let's see if we can get in. Now that's the key: is where do you get in? They're gonna tag the 100 most likely again. Nah, not yet. Not yet. Not yet. See, that needed to make a lower high, which is it's doing it right now, but it's just too strong. That's a little bit too strong right there. And they're tagging the 100 again, which is fine. It's pushing too much, too close to the 16, which is 16 is significant. I mean, this is not necessarily a robust long, but there's a lot of longs still available. And the shorts are not taking the narrative with this captain setup yet. I mean, the fact that we are this close to closing that candle is what keeping me away from playing this game here. The big idea is 89.50. You break under 89.50, that will reestablish the shorts. Otherwise, the longs are getting chopped up as well. So, too early for a short, and the longs are in a pause and consolidation. 89, 89. 29,089. See, that's not what I want to see when I'm short. Okay, that candle closing up at the 121. So that means in order for me to think in terms of shorts, the 89 needs to come and the 81 needs to come. And there'll be a 6-prong captain setup short. We talked about this captain setup, and that's a four-prong captain setup. You rarely see a 6-prong captain setup. I mean, you see it here. No, actually you don't. There's a 4 that failed. Let me see if I can find one with the data that I got. Nah, we don't have any here so far. '89. Yeah, I know. I mean, I'll tell you, 29,089 and 70. I mean, you just I get a headache just saying these numbers. Man, good for them. They want to play the game on the long side. Good for them. They want to run people over. Good for them. All right. Shorts were not in charge. They attempted it, not in charge. Bullish for 28. Nice. Let them play the game, man. Let them play the game. Shorts would need 107 in order for them to even have a chance at reclaiming any initiative. Pullbacks are viable on a swing trade basis with a target of 157. Then we have a target number 4. So the average noise in this market is 10 to 14 points, and average stop is between 20 to 28 points. Stop to noise ratio is 2.0. That is favoring the longs with a trend quality of 9.4. So the market is very, bullish. It moved out of this consolidation. There's a continuation pattern going on right now. Don't necessarily want to go through it. I'm developing an indicator that actually measures noise in the market, the stop in the market, the quality of the trend, the average trend phase. So that is going to be coming to you hopefully soon, but that's where the data is coming from right here. So it measures the quality of the price action, and it's also giving me levels that the market needs to reclaim on the long and reclaim on the short side. So like right now, the short scenario is a failure of 130 over 120 with a break of 100 in order for the market to reestablish the short initiative. And this is the quality of the trend that we are in. So I'm working on this. I'm trying to answer some questions I have and you guys have about market structure, because ultimately we're trading structure. We're not trading price. So I need to know when I'm looking at the market what structure is in front of me. If it's a long structure, when does it fail? How does it fail? At what price would it fail? If I'm putting a stop in the market, the stop could not be arbitrary. It has to be based on a significant market structure, and then you have to measure noise. what's noise in the market? Because your stop needs to be outside, my stop needs to be outside noise. So then I have to figure out what noise is. So there's a method to measuring noise in the market. Then you could have a calculation on your stop that's actually significant. Because you'll find out a market that the stop average range is below 20 points. So, and then you see a market where I saw that earlier, where the average stop needed to be 38 points in order for you to be outside noise. So if you come in and have a stop for 10 points, you're literally in the kill zone of noise. So it doesn't matter, you know, where you put your order, you're gonna most likely get chopped up because you are in noise. Does that make sense? So it cannot be arbitrary. It has to have a logic to it. So I'm taking these ideas, I'm systemizing them, and I'm gonna put them in an indicator. Then, because I need that type of quality information in order for me to make better decisions. There we go. Man, what did they do here? That's a rejection, right? That's a rejection. Yeah, the noise in the market and the stop value is increasing in this type of behavior. This is a failure pattern going up here, and the shorts are coming in hot and heavy. We got a rejection of that 128, 150. The then breakdown below what? 100. We haven't lost 100 yet. We may end up losing the 100 here. That's a big deal if we lose the 100. We're coming into harmony zone number 2. So that is a failed bounce on harmony zone number 1, and it came in fast. And now we're challenging the 100, which is significant to structure. And if we break that into 81, then we're looking for rallies. And the rallies needs to make a lower high, and that would put on a process and a structure that is short. So that there's an exhaustion going on here in this market. Here we go. Here we go. Target number 3, we need a bounce. I mean, don't sell it all the way down and not give us an opportunity to get in here. Please. Abe, how we're doing, buddy? Testing harmony zone number 1. Market is out of sync here. That's a rejection. We expected a bounce. We got a bounce. Now we want to see a behavior that supports a short. I mean, we needed that break in order for structure to change. Now we need an area in which to jump in and get into a trade. Testing harmony zone number 1. I mean, that's a good behavior right here. I mean, the longs are trying to recover into resistance. So they fail here, then we're going to get multi-rotations lower that could take us to target of 57, then targets lower to 25 and 900. But we need to see a failure pattern to rallies here. Average stop is 26 to 34 here. So the expansion in price action is about 70 points and the pullbacks are 28 to 32 points. So it's 2.1 to 1 ratio. That is telling me that the market is opening up its ranges. So if we catch a short, the legs in it may be multi-legs and bigger ranges in it. So bigger targets work in that type of environment. Hey Matthew, how are you, buddy? Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Okay, let's let them rally back one more time, and I'll play. I'll play. I swear I'll play. Though don't sell off without me. I know you are. Market is in sync on the short side. We're looking for rallies. 107. We need to protect 107. All right, we're hitting harmony zone number 1 again. Captain set up long on the Captain. Look at that. I mean, the same spot, same exact spot. That's a lot of trapping going on here. Break 81, shorts come in. You start breaking anything over 31, then you have resistance and then target of 159. We need to give the market a little bit more time to figure out what they're trying to do here. Bit of rejection here. They're playing around with the 100. Average. It's not. It looks at all the different pullbacks and it gives you an average. So is the average increasing or decreasing, and by how much? Not that one pullback is more than 30 points or less than 30 points. All right. So we're hitting resistance. Harmony zone number 2. We'll see what they want to do here. $105 is good. All right, take care, Abe. All right, we're getting a little bit of selling pressure. Market is out of sync. Yeah, I mean that's a little bit of structural damage here. So they put a cap and set up short, I mean long, and failed it. So that's a pivot point for the market. High and a lower high. We'll see. So far, every 200 NT Rinko reversal reversed again. So I mean they've been buying these pullbacks big time. Hey, Safe, how are you, buddy? Yeah, good for them. I mean, that's harmony zone number one, rejection to the selling pressure, and boom, printing higher prices. Market is back in sync on the long side. I know, I know. Such a strong market, man. And I had one trade all day long, and it was short. and I made 16 points off of it, and that's pretty much what it was. It's a trending market. It's a long market. Till proven otherwise. On 1 PA, here you go, Adam. Way to go. Way to finish on a Friday. $150 needs to be protected on the long side. 150. Speed, range, and behavior. Speed is slow, range is expanding, behavior is long. 150 is something that the market needs to protect, and we are looking for a target of 207. Mom. Let's see. I mean, they're getting to 84s and 86s here. I mean, it's a bit of a pressure on the market right now. Let's see if we can get. I mean, we're gonna get a retest here of Harmony Zone number one. Let's see if we can get another continuation uh, from 50, another 9 points to the 70s. There's a bunch of stops under that 75 that could trigger. Here we go. That was quick. The market is out of sync. I mean, that's a little bit of a retest, and it happened fairly quickly, and the buyers trying to step in. Let's see if they hold it. Truly, the shorts have a shot if we break 34, but till then, every little dip, the market is just buying. Yeah, the market is in a place where it's gonna start selling off here a little bit. So just watch out. If we get to 170, that will be a captain setup short on 100. We need to see the 170. Well, that should do it. We should get to 170 then. Here comes that push, and we'll see. I mean, 170 is the key. We get to 170, then the market we could explore the idea of being short. There's a double top behavior going on up here at around that 200 to 220. The 50 NT Rinko is just a churn right now. It's just churning in the sideway. I think. I mean, is he talking right now? I mean, I haven't been looking. I know, David. Hey, Matthew, what's up? They just released what? Oh yeah, I saw that. I've been looking at him. It's a nothing burger, bro. They're just hiding the real information, giving you pixelated pictures that unless the ones that I'm looking at are not the. What have you seen so far? Okay, here we go. All right, here we go. So these are the UFO files that they've been talking about, right? It's a bunch of small shit that you can't really tell of anything on it. Okay, and then you come to these Syria. Okay, let's see Syria thing, and it's reports. Let's see what that is. Okay. Okay. So I mean, you could take a look at it and see what you think, but really, not nothing like glaring. I'm not seeing a picture of an alien person so far. So I mean, they're saying. I think this redaction business is not the redaction, but the release is going to be like in stages, and it's going to be drip, drip, drip. They want to get people accustomed to just seeing this information and not throw something at them that will freak people out. Freak who out? What will freak us out? Oh, you did? I mean, I did too, man. Multiple times. In Garland, one in Garland, and one long, long time ago when I was a child. It's a nothing burger. Be honest with you. The one I saw in Garland was something else, though. It was at night, and it was hovering over a building. The back end of it, it's a blue halo that and it looked like initially like a helicopter, but there was no noise. And I was like, oh, what is a helicopter doing at? It was at 8 o'clock at night on top of the building, and it's not making a single noise. And then I was like, okay. Then it started moving to the side of the road, and I start moving my car around to see it. And both of us kind of, it darted between the right side to the left side multiple times till I got to the end of the road. Then it stopped and shot up and split into two. And I went and told my dad this. And then the following day, on Kid Craddock, which it's a local channel, they're saying last night, the night that I saw all of this, was the highest or the highest number of sightings in Garland, in Texas, for many years. So it wasn't just me seeing it. There was a lot of people that saw something out there. So I'm that's just the Garland experience. I had another experience when I was a child, but so it's out there. I'm a believer. But I guarantee you this: what they released is not even a drop in the bucket of what they have and what they know. That is not even a drop in the bucket. But I guess it's a step in the right direction. And I think what they're doing is just getting people desensitized to information. That is the chop from hell over here. Which video? I'm sure I'm not seeing everything that they released, but that's what they have up there. Oh, there's 17 pages. Okay, wow. Which video we're talking about here? I did this. I took the link that you gave me. I don't see anything. Hold on. War www. Page 9. Okay, page 9. Here you go. 3, 4, 5. Oh, okay. So there's videos. All right. Is that the one that you're talking about? It's page 9. PR28. That's in Iraq. Let me see here. PR28. I see. I don't see. That's page 9. Oh, that's page 10. Okay. 28. Here you go. Is that it? Okay. Let's see here. Cool. Let's see. Have an audio to it. In Greece, is that the Greece one or no? Am I looking at the right one, Matthew? This one? There's a lot of Middle East stuff. Wow. Okay, let's see Syria here. I don't see anything on Syria. What is that? Okay. I guess that one moved quick. Well, it's interesting, that's for sure. I mean, I don't think it's what is this? Oh, it's just like something moved very quickly. Yeah, that I see it from the side of that. I'm sure people will go through every single one of these videos and dissect them. And so, what's the conclusion you draw out of all of this? I mean, does that freak you out in any way or no? I mean, that we're not alone. Well, I'll tell you one thing, man. If whatever they are wanted to mess us up, they have the technology to wipe us out in a second. So the fact that they haven't is somewhat uh, reassuring. Some of the reports from the pilots are doing what? Like what? Like where can I see that part? The reports from the pilots. Oh, the first page. Oh, like this. Here we go. Oh, I gotta spend some time dealing with this. Wow, look at that. That's a lot of reading material here. Yeah, this stuff has been out there for a while, man. I mean, they've been trying to cover this crap up for so long. Yeah, you gotta sit down. I mean, look at these documents. Holy crap. You gotta go through all of this and trying to. That's exactly what I'm gonna do. Somebody's gonna geek out, like seriously geek out on these files, and just put it in a format that we. You know what I'm gonna do? I'll create an AI agent that will scrub all this information and give me keywords like, hey, listen, give me an experience, a sighting. What are the summary of the sighting, basically? So this way, you're not going through 200 pages worth of information to tell you we don't know. We already know that that's what they're gonna say. We don't know. But I think this is a part of a process, part of a first effort, and many more to come, in which the government is going to drip this information and make it part of the conscious of the public. Like, you're going to know about it, you're going to see documents, you see videos, and it becomes a nothing burger to most people. So when they drop something a little bit heavier on you, uh, you're just already conditioned to accept that information. That's my take on it, at least. We're not alone, people. But you already knew that. I think every single one of us knew that. and 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 who's controlling NQ is not aliens. I guarantee you that. It's the crooks on Wall Street. We know their address. They're not anonymous. Man, such a structure in the market here. I mean, it is a grind higher. It is unbelievable. You go to Twitter and you or X and see what people say about this. UFO, here we go, UFO release. It's the first tranche. Well, okay, since they're releasing files, I mean, just release the rest of the Epstein files. Since you want to do some transparency stuff, like we haven't forgotten about that one. This is this is what you're getting on the internet. Man, I tell you, people are clowns out there. Next target is the next target, which is 257. Let's take a look at ES. I mean, ES is strong, long and strong up here. We have targets that could take us to 74.40. I mean, this is a big deal here. I mean, they take out that 210. There's a lot of stops sitting right under that. See, they're trying to defend it. All right, Matthew. Take care, buddy. It was nice talking to you. All right, guys. It's 11:38. I'm gonna just call it a day here. There's just nothing really going on. We'll see you tomorrow. Have a good one. I mean, not tomorrow, but Monday.